Aaron Judge hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first today.
He did?
He did.
So that's 29.
Yes, you is, though. The A's scored 3 in the top of the first, but that's what an MVP does when your Tyone is struggling all of a sudden. I mean, this is where it is right now. What's today's date?
It's June 29th.
It's the way it is on June 29th. Team that has won 55 of its first 75 games. I'm beginning to grow concerned about their fifth starter.
Thanks, Rich.
Really growing concerned about that guy that won't have to pitch in the playoffs anyway.
Who won't pitch
maybe a long relief. Baby.
Okay, so that's Judge's 29th. How many games have you guys played?
70. This is their 76th game.
All right, well, I'm
76th game. You're going to do an on-pace
thing?
His pace. John Walsh, the creator of SportsCenter, despised the on-pace. He would bristle anytime any of us on SportsCenter talked about somebody's on pace to do anything, because that means nothing. Absolutely nothing. It takes into account no injury possibilities, no scheduled off days, no unscheduled off days, no rainouts. Doesn't take into account, the usual ups and downs of a season. So you're on pace for what? If you continue this torrid pace, nobody continues torrid paces. That's why they're called torrid paces.
But we're halfway through the year, and he's on pace for 62.
Are we halfway through the year? You keep reminding me we're not halfway through the year.
We're not.
You do say
close.
I mean, this is game 76. If we were halfway through the year, the Yankees would play only 152 games, 162.
He hasn't played every game. I'm just saying.
He's not played every game.
Judge is about halfway through his year, and he's on a pace for 62 home runs. Which would set the Yankees record.
If he breaks Roger Maris's record.
And then goes and plays and then leaves.
He's not leaving.
Please.
I'll take that bet for sure.
You'll take that bet?
I will take that bet.
That's one I'll do with you.
I'll take that bet.
I'll do that one with you.
Oof.
There will not be a moment next year when Aaron Judge is a San Francisco Giant crying on first base because the Yankee fans are cheering for him, and he then wonders, what did I do? That ain't happening.
No, he's going to leave. You left Bristol in your rear view, Rich. He's leaving the Bronx in his rear view.
No, Mark Shapiro's not walking through that door in the Steinbrenner wing, bro.
I will disown the Yankees if they let him go.
No.
I will be
by the way, it's not up to the Yankees.
Sure it is.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely
yes,
is not.
It is. They have to pay him.
He doesn't want to play there anymore.
It's false.
Oh, stop
That's
it.
false.
You and your Red Sox hate.
That's false.
Give me the field.
That's false.
And your, what? Why aren't
Mookie Betts left
you
for
think
money,
you just
right?
connected and you're running around the bases?
Yeah,
why don't you
he's
go
just
in your
mad
little
about Mookie.
cart and celebrate in your little cart like you've never hit a home run in your life, like the Red Sox do after every home run they hit?
Fun?
I don't hate fun.
I
love fun.
This is the guy angrily telling me.
It's just like, Verdugo just hit a home run. Get in the cart. Whee! It's like what I did with my 3-year-old down the produce aisle.
Every team does it.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Every team does a home run celebration.
Not the Yankees. They lead the league in home runs. They lead the league in home
and
runs
you don't
and wins.
allow facial hair and long hair.
So
what is wrong with
your team? They look like they're having fun with me.
Your team lives in the 70s,
That's
bro.
true. If we were the Yankees, I couldn't even play for you right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be on this team.
You know what? I don't agree with that whole business of shades and whatever.
You do. You support it every day.
That's like George Steinbrenner railing at the hippies, the long hairs.
Every day.
I support it because I love the Yankees, and this year has been phenomenal. And Aaron Judge is not going anywhere. The Yankees will pay him all of the dollars and give him all of the years. There will not be a Freddie Freeman issue here. If he wants to stay and you're like, he's out. He looks like a guy who loves it where he is.
Speaking of guys who are sneaky old, Aaron Judge.
I know that.
30.
So what? Give him 8 years.
8 years. Yeah.
What?
8, 36, 37,
well,
38
It won't age well.
It is not going to age well.
May, from our current lips to the television streaming radio god's ears, we're on the air 8 years from now. Okay? And we're having this conversation. Let's put a pin in it.
He's hitting 201,
Oh,
making
God.
$38 million.
Okay. All right. This guy.
But he's still got 45 bombs. So.
This guy. Right over there. That guy.
That's your man's. That's your man's.
Give me the field.
I'll take it.
I'll take the field.
Sold. What are we doing?
Oh, this is great.
Whatever you want, man.
Double or nothing on the pickleball bet?
Whatever you're comfortable
Just don't
losing.
bet him money and expect to get
He's working on a teammate, Rich.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Pride. You can put Yankee pride on it.
That's
Pride
the
of
best
Yankees.
thing. That's the best thing, Rich, because if you're going to exchange funds, he's not going to pay you.
That's another thing.
So you might as well just
Dude,
have pride.
The draft, if I'm not, what's today's date again?
It's June 29th.
I think today was, in fact, it is the 2-month mark of the day Kenny Pickett was not drafted in the top 5 of the draft. If I'm not mistaken, it was April 29th. Draft night in Las Vegas, Nevada, April 29th. Because the Saturday was May 1st. I remember that.
We're about to have a dust up in here.
2 months delinquent.
I mean,
We're going to have a dust.
There are checks that you might not be able to cash if it's sent from a certain business 60 days.
Look,
too old.
my lights might go off in the crib. You
Damn.
know what I mean?
And he wants to bet me money. And you want to be my latex salesman.
Vandalay Industries. Tell him Vandalay.
Hey, Vandalay!
I mean,
And you wanted that by one of the best buttons in the history of television buttons. And you want to be my latex
Credit to
salesman.
Jerry, because George falls, right?
Yeah.
Because he takes his shirt and his pants.
His
he goes
pants
to
are
the
down.
bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he trips, and Jerry waits for
Safe
the crowd.
Vandalay,
Waits
right?
for
Is
the
that what it
crowd
is?
to stop laughing because they film in front of a studio audience, and then
And you want to be my latex salesman. It's one of the greatest buttons in the history of sitcom buttons.
Kramer, what delay industry? You're
What
way
delay?
off.
Say Vandalay.
And Kramer's so
Say
dumb.
Vandalay.
He's like,
No. Goodbye.
And you want to be my latex salesman.
Oh yeah, give me the field.
Dude.